What's going on, guys? It's Dan here. I'm back with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about food at basic training, and there are a couple different types, but essentially food at basic training and what it's like and what are you doing and what happens.
Just once can I just speak the fucking truth? Listen here,
what you don't understand? You're going to have DFAC food, you're going to have MREs, and you're going to have hot chow. So, and they're in different phases of your basic training, you're going to have different types. So, DFAC food, and while you're basic training, for those of you who are National Guard and Reserve, it's always free. So, don't have to worry about that. Basic training, everything's free because you're on active duty orders. So, DFAC, you're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner most of the time while you're there. And it's, while you are in red phase, it's going to be crazy. So, you're going to be yelled at the whole time while you're in red phase. That's just red phase in general. You're going to be yelled at. You're going to be told how to eat, how to hold your tray, how to hold your cups, how to stand. You're going to be told everything because it's basic training. You are told how to do everything. So, you, depending on your cadre, your company, and your commander, your cups may have to be together into your chest as if you're holding grenades. Eyes are straight forward. You're either at ease or at tension because you're going to be standing in line. Just a plethora of instructions that you're going to need to follow. And if you were there waiting, you will probably have your blue book and you will be studying your blue book. So if you don't know what a blue book is, it's going to be your blue book is your soldier book, your things that all the things you need to know. You know, the ranks. I'm trailing off. I don't need to do that. Okay, so you're going to do lunch. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. You're going to form up outside the DFAC most of the time. You're going to march down to the DFAC, and you're going to march back to your barracks. Where we were, we formed up. We marched the 150 feet that it was there. We formed up again, and we went inside in orderly army fashion. So the food itself is fine. The only thing, if you're going to have a struggle, is if you are vegetarian. There will be vegetarian options for you. It's usually just an excessive amount of the salad or like the potatoes and the veggies and things like that.
Potatoes are good.
I know potatoes are good. It's just
Give me my phone.
He's just steal your phone.
Yes. It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
There you go.
Thank you.
Here you go. Yeah. So, like I said, being vegetarian is a little bit more difficult because your variety isn't really there. It's obviously because vegetarian you're eating a lot of veggies, but you're not going to get like a ton of beans, or you're not going to get obviously like avocado and stuff. We did luck out and had a salad bar, but you were rushed through the line so quickly that it was hard to like kind of think about your choices and get things like that. If you are vegetarian, my biggest suggestion for you is to get as much peanut butter as that you're allowed to get. Peanut butter is the most filling thing that you can have. Everyone got peanut butter, and it was just, that became money, essentially. Peanut butter, it was very valuable. So keep that in mind. The next thing was, you had no time to eat. You never really have enough time to eat, and if you do, if you have 15 minutes to eat, that's a decent amount of time. Even in thinking the normal army, if you were allotted amount of time to eat, it's usually like 10 minutes. I did the math one day, and we had on average 6.5 minutes to eat our food, and that was entering the DFAC, and that was coming in the DFAC, being lined up, telling us that we were allowed to start eating and start filing through the line, to sitting down, eating food, and getting up and leaving, or being told to leave. That was roughly 6.5 minutes. So be prepared for that one. You'll get used to the way the way it flows and things like that, but roughly 6.5 minutes. And then, so now that's just how the DFAC works. MREs. MREs are a beast of their own. You're going to have good MREs and bad MREs. Almost all MREs are better heated. So if you have the opportunity to heat your MRE, go for it. Just remember, you are still on an allotted amount of time. So half the time you're just eating what you can. And if there's something you don't like, 90% of the time there will be someone that you can trade with, or if you have some friends that you've made, you can mix what they have in their stuff. So, you know, if he's got peanut butter and you've got chocolate, there you go, you're going to make an MRE Reese's, you know, things of those sort. If he likes, sometimes you get PB&J, so if you have people that are vegetarians, you know, they might want the PB&J instead of the tuna for the umpteenth time. So things of that sort. Also, there are halal meals for those of those people who are, yeah, they're for the if people are Muslim. There's no yeah, it's usually lamb. There's no, I think there's no pork, and I think there's no pork and no cow.
Yeah, there's no pork or no beef.
I think that's what it is. So those are an option. Halals usually have a lot of pudding. So if you like pudding, try to get a halal. But you have normal MRE and then halal MREs, and you also have vegetarian MREs. Halals are not vegetarian. I don't care who tells you otherwise. They're not.
They can be.
They're usually not. 80% of the time.
Make it yourself. I'm sorry, I'm ruining your video.
80% of the time that I got, I needed to get a vegetarian MRE. They would give me halal. They told me it was vegetarian. I'd open them up, and it was lamb or some other version of meat, which obviously that doesn't work out for those of us who are vegetarian. So keep that in mind. MREs, you will learn how to field strip your MRE, which is literally just opening it up, taking all the things that you don't need out of it. So if it's in the middle of summer, you're not going to need your heater. So take your heater out. You're not going to need your matches, even though they might be fun for later. You're not going to need your matches. You're not going to need a lot of the plastic that comes in. So it will usually come in you have your brown bag and then your plastic bag. And you will open everything up within that plastic bag. Even like obviously don't open up your spoon yet and fork, that's stupid. But you're going to take all that and then you're just going to put it all back in the brown bag and wrap it up, and it will actually condense a lot smaller to where it will fit inside your cargo pocket. That is how you field strip an MRE, in case you didn't know. And then MREs, at basic training, you will be given time to eat. They are required to give you an allotted amount of time to eat your chow. When you go to AIT and you start doing other field exercises, sometimes you're not given the time. They tell you, hey, go eat while we're doing things, because you usually don't have a lot of time for stuff. So you're going to field strip your MRE and you're going to keep in pocket and you're just going to eat as you go. So keep an idea of how much food you put in there, what you threw away, and make sure you didn't throw anything good away, because you still want to be able to trade up. MREs are for trading and not just for yourself. Don't be selfish with your MREs. Yes, Bubbers. Like I said, hot chow is going to be probably the best food that you're going to have when it comes to the quality of your meal. And hot chow is essentially just, they went to the DFAC, they made an order saying, hey, we have this many people to feed, give us food, and then that's what they're bringing to you. While you're at basic training, a little extra tip for you. If you can be a part of food detail, be a part of food detail. If you are the detail that goes and rides in the duty truck to go and get the food, you'll also be that same detail most of the time to go and take the trays and stuff back. And depending on your cadre, you will sit in the truck with all the extra food that they didn't eat. So a lot of times we still have apples, we would still have bread, and some of it disappeared before we got back to give them the tins and silverware and stuff. So keep that in mind. Extra food is always good food. Those are the 3 different categories of food that you're going to have at basic training and most of your training while you are in the Army. And I hope that's helpful. I will see you guys in the next video. I still don't know how to end these videos, so like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully my son will calm down. See you guys.